Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since we've done a cooking video, and that's what we're going to do today. We're just firing up the Pitboss Austin XL, and we're going to cook this brisket flat that I set out earlier this week. We seasoned it up this morning with some Holy Cow, just from Meat Church, the Holy Cow barbecue rib. And I thought about injecting it, but I really didn't feel like it. It's just a flat. It's not got a lot of fat on it. We've sprayed it down with a little bit of avocado oil before we season it up. And we're just going to let it ride about 225 for however long it takes. I don't think it's going to take as long as like a full brisket, of course. So we're starting a little bit late. It's 1 o'clock right now. We've got the Pitboss fired up. Let's go ahead and get it out to the smoker. All right, guys, we've got the smoker running at about 225. We're going to go ahead and throw this little guy on here. This is just some cutoffs that I did. It was kind of it's almost like it's a piece of the point that's still left on here. So we're just going to throw him over here unseasoned. Just let him ride. All right, so there we go. We've got our flat seasoned up with that Meat Church rub. And like I said, we've got a cutoff just sitting over here. Gonna let it smoke up. Probably going to use it as a little snack. We're going to run this until it gets about to 180 degrees. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up in some butcher paper with a little bit of apple cider vinegar and maybe a little bit of butter. Get it back on the smoker, get it up to about 200, 205 degrees, and then we should be able to let it rest and slice it up. So I'll check in with y'all whenever we're checking it to see if we need to spritz it. And yeah, we'll just go from there and see how it rides. All right, guys, so we've been on a little over 2 hours, right at 2 hours, something like that. I've already pulled the little snack off of there and ate it. It was really good. Just smoked, added a little bit of salt and pepper at the end, but right now the smoker's running at still 225. The external thermometer shows it's about 250, 245-ish. So we're going to get this thing popped open, see what it looks like. Brought my probe out and brought a little bit of, this is just a half and half mix of apple cider vinegar and water just in case we're ready to spritz. So let's take a look at it. Alright, we got a lot of moisture starting to pull up. Our rub is still a little bit wet. It's coming off to the touch, but we don't really have a lot of dry spots. I might hit it with just a small spritz of the apple cider vinegar here. And let's get a probe in it real quick. Let's see what we're reading at. We still got a ways to go. 145, 146, right in the center of it. So let's go ahead and spritz it. We don't want the temp coming up too much. Drop it down. And we'll let it go for another probably 2 hours again and see where it looks at. May check it in about an hour, check the temp at least. I don't think we're going to get too dried out. But so far it's looking pretty good. This is the first brisket I've done in a long time. If y'all have watched some of my older videos, my more popular videos, they're brisket cooks that were either fails or redemption cooks and things like that. So I have a sort of a love-hate relationship with cooking brisket. So this one's looking like it's going to turn out pretty good though. Alright, let's let it roll and check back in about an hour. Alright guys, it's been another hour. We're going to check on the flat, see how we're doing. Our pellet situation is, we're about halfway full with this load. I'm just using a blend of pellets, nothing special, but I've got plenty in there if I need to load any more. We're like three and a half-ish hours in. Let's take a look at it. So we're showing about 158. And I mean that's pretty much where we figure we would be. Around 160, 155. So we still got quite a ways to go before we're going to wrap this thing up. I'm going to use some peach butcher paper. I've never used butcher paper before. If you watch my videos, you know I usually just use foil. But we're going to use butcher paper this time, see if it does anything different. See if it keeps this flat, moist, and juicy, and puts a little bit more smoke on it. So All right, I think that's the last checkup we're going to do before we wrap it. So I'll see you guys next time whenever we are wrapping it up in the kitchen and getting ready to throw it back on. All right, folks, we went ahead and pulled the flat out. It's been about, I don't know, what time is it? Right at 5.5 hours on the smoker. It was temping around 160, a little bit higher in some places. So we went ahead and pulled it out. We're going to cut this Amish rolled butter up here, put it on top, hit it with a little bit of the apple cider vinegar and water, and dust it with a little bit more of that holy cow rub, and get it wrapped up, and we'll get it back out to the smoker. And there's what it's looking like now. We're just going to get it laid up over here, put her back to bed, and we're going to give it a couple hours, come back out, check the temperature. Like I said, we're going to shoot for about 200 to 205, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit less since it's a flat. And then we'll go ahead and get it cut up, try it out. Told the neighbors I'd bring them some. Probably be tomorrow before we get over there to it, because it's already starting to get dark. But yeah, brisket. Kind of excited about it. We'll see how it turns out. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, there we have it. We are right at 8 hours in. I pulled this off about 30 minutes ago, and it's been resting for about 30 minutes. So let's take a look at it, see what it looks like. I haven't unwrapped it yet, so let's move the camera down so you can see, and see what it looks like. So the butcher paper, as you can see, it's soaking wet. This thing temped at about 200 degrees, and I pulled it off. It was like right at 200. Some places were a little bit higher, so I wanted to pull it off and let it rest. I probably should have let it go a little bit longer, but it's late and I'm hungry. So let's get it unwrapped. It smells delicious. My beagle's over here waiting for a piece. Don't worry, she's not going to get him. How's that look? Can you see it? Super juicy. Seems super tender. That bark didn't set up as good as I wanted it to, but I think it's still going to be alright. Trying to figure out which way. I think the grain's running this way. So let's just go ahead and cut a piece. Pretty nice little smoke ring on it. I don't think that's the way the grain's going though. I think it's going this way. I mean, I'm not even having a slice of that. So there's what we're looking like. It's got a pretty good pull. That's pretty good. That holy cow's got a lot of pepper in it. It's got a little bit of spice to it. You can see a little bit of that fat cap. I didn't take the fat all the way off of it. I left a little bit on there. It's rendered pretty good. All in all, I'm not upset about it. It could be a little bit more juicy, but again, it's just a flat. It's not a point, and I didn't inject it or do anything like that, so it'll be good on some tacos, on some sandwiches. But for a quick afternoon cook, like I said, we got started about 1 o'clock. It's 8:30 now, so about 7.5 hours, I guess. And it turned out pretty good. So there you have it, folks. That's my first time back out on the smoker in a while. We smoked up a brisket flat from Sam's, I think is where I picked it up. And like I said, it's pretty simple. All we did was put a little bit of avocado oil on there, trim a little bit of fat, and throw that Meat Church Holy Cow barbecue rub on there. And we got us a nice little brisket flat for gnawing on. I'll probably make some tacos. Like I said, gonna take some to the neighbor. It's pretty good though. I hope you enjoyed this video. Gonna try to start cooking a little bit more and see what we can do. But as always, guys, I appreciate you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. We're like 40 away from 10,000, which is crazy to me. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, y'all stick with me. We'll see what we can do. Thanks, guys. God bless.